through the book, who wins the race? Now, we've talked about the setting, which is outside. We have Joe, who's right here. And then let's look at all his other friends. We have Joe, and then so we have Joe and Tom. So Joe, Tom, and then the rest of his friends. So there are 4 friends, but we see Joe and Tom actually have the names. So we have Joe and Tom, and then the rest of his friends are there too. So the setting is outside in the woods. And as I read, I'm going to stop right after what happens in the beginning, because we're going to sequence our different events. So we're going to be talking about the beginning and the middle. Now, think about this. Breakfast, dinner, and lunch. Which one comes first? When you wake up, you have what? Breakfast, right. So breakfast comes first, and then between lunch and dinner, what comes next? So what comes next? Yes, you have lunch and then dinner. So that's really important. We think about our sequencing, putting things in order of how they happen, because it matters. It really does matter, because in our story, we have to know that they're going on a race first before they can win it, or somebody wins it. So I'm going to read through this, and we're going to talk about the beginning. So Joe was going in a big race. "I can go fast," said Joe. "I can win this race." Joe went very fast. He ran away from all his friends. Then he looked back to see who was coming. No one ran as fast as Joe. So what happens in the beginning? What are they doing? They're running a what? Right, a big race. So they're running a big race. And Joe is saying that I can win, I'm the fastest. So in the beginning, Joe and his friends are in a big race, and Joe says that he can win the race because he's the fastest. Now, let's look at the middle. The middle of our story, here we go. He ran fast up the hill. Then he looked back to see who was coming. No one ran as fast as Joe. Okay, let's stop there. Do we know what happened in the middle yet? Because remember, we don't go page by page. Because right up here it would be he ran fast up the hill. That's not a big enough thing that's happening here, so let's keep going. Joe ran fast into the woods. Then he looked back to see who was coming. Oh no, he fell down. Crash! Ow! Okay, so in the beginning, Joe and his friends were in a big race, and Joe said that he was the fastest. In the middle of the story, Joe was running so fast that he fell down. All his friends ran into the woods. "Get up, Joe," they said as they ran. But this is our middle of our story. So in the middle, Joe trips and he falls down. So Joe trips and he falls down. So you're going to go to your Jamboard, and it's going to look like this, but Miss Sparks has the picture on the first one, so this is my Jamboard. It says, draw and write a sentence about what happens in the middle of the story, who wins the race. So this is a picture to help you remember what it's about. You can go to my Jamboard and see it. And here's my sentence stem, in the middle. So you're going to draw a picture of Joe falling, and then you're going to write that in that sentence, though. In the middle, Joe falls. You can say simply that Joe falls. Now, if you can't remember, you can always go back to the story and listen to me and read through it. So right here, what you're going to do, draw and write a sentence about what happens in the middle of the story, who wins the race. So drawing your picture, and remember Miss Sparks on number 1 on the first slide, you have a picture showing that Joe fell down. So in the middle, Joe fell down. Period. That can be as simple as what it is. So go ahead, draw, and then write what happened in the middle of the story. Who wins the race?